Welcome, Scorpio, to your mid-month love reading. I must apologize. I am running a little bit late. It's a little bit over mid-month, but this reading lasts for the next 30 days, and for some this can even extend into the 60 to 90 day period. It's a timeless reading, so whenever you really are watching this, it's significant for you, but it has been designed to give you a reading over the next 30 days from when you're seeing this. Now, your overall energy for the next 30 days, Scorpio, is the Empress. And what a wonderful energy this is. Loving, nurturing, comforting energy. And the Empress really talks about abundance. And this is abundance, even if you're not in a relationship. This is talking about sort of the fruits of your past labors, like what you've worked for, what you've put in, what you've developed, what you've created for yourself, for who you are, what you've created, the person you are today, and it's a sense of being in love with life, and it's so powerful. It just really lights up the next 30 days. You know, it lights up your days and your nights. You're really in this wonderful, wonderful energy. And, you know, this card talks about you having your feet planted on the ground. You're really grounded and you're living your life in the present. You're not thinking about the past. You're not living for the future and what will be. You're really experiencing your life now. And this is whether you are in a relationship or not. You are you've got this awareness. It's quite enhanced, and it's giving you a lot of pleasure because you are living in the moment. And, you know, if you're involved in a really meaningful relationship, your vitality is what is helping to create memorable times, and it's going to create some memorable times for you and your partner. And it's almost like the Empress is a very earthy card. So your physical appetites, if you know what I mean, are going to be quite heightened, and your senses are finely honed. You know, your emotions are really warm and expansive as well, and very expressive. You're very nurturing. And, you know, when I talk about relationships, this isn't only love relationships as well. This is for your friends, your family, your loved ones, even your work colleagues. You really are having this nurturing, warm emotions regarding all your relationships. And, you know, if you're in a relationship, it's like you're cooking nice meals for your friends and, you know, even your lovers, and you're filling your home with love, you know, beautiful flowers, making it look nice. And you're being creative. Even if you don't feel like you're a creative person, I feel like you are for the next 30 days to 60 days anyway. You're being quite creative, and just having that approach to your day-to-day life. It's quite lovely. And, you know, this card is linked with Venus. So some of you could be in a relationship with a Virgo here, because Venus does rule Virgo. But Venus is all about physical beauty. And I feel like you might even be putting some work into yourself and your physical appearance and making yourself more beautiful, or working on yourself, changing your hairstyle, doing a new physical workout, doing a new sort of exercise regime, something like that. You're really, you might even be going out and just pampering yourself, getting massages, and really looking after yourself and your body. And because of this, you're really radiating enjoyment of your own body and your mind. And it's kind of like uplifting those people that you love and those people that are around you and are close to you, because you do have this wonderful energy about yourself. So it's quite lovely here. Now, for your 3 cards from the Psychic Tarot for the heart, you have the Teach card there. And this is, in a traditional deck, this would be the card of the Hierophant. And this is a card about wisdom. It's about advice and learning and your beliefs. And, you know, although this card is called the Teach card, it kind of brings these dual energies of both teaching and learning. I feel you are in this phase. It's almost like you are the person that is gaining a lot of wisdom about the heart and love and relationships. But for some of you, you might also be offering some wonderful information about relationships and love. And you've got a lot of wisdom to offer. So it's kind of this dual meaning here. You know, and this wisdom has come about because of, you know, all of your joys and all of your sorrows from the past, from past relationships as well. And it is in the past position because I have past, present, and future here. And this is all of the things that you have learned, and you are applying them not only in your own life and learning from past experiences to bring you to a place that you want to be in terms of love and relationships. But you're also able to share this with other people, this nurturing energy of the Empress. I feel like you are doing a lot of this as well. And, you know, I feel like one who, if you're that sort of person who gently guides other people along their desired path, this is giving you some, it's rewarding you emotionally as well, which is kind of like this, it's a two-way street. You know, you are teaching, you are sharing your experiences, but this is giving you such rewarding, rich energy back. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful card of emotion. But, you know, this is the Hierophant card. So this may talk about some of you actually getting, being married, or just having been married, and you are now bringing this Empress energy into this relationship. Or some of you may also be, let's say, planning on getting married. Some talking, there's been some talk of marriage or getting together in a relationship. The Teach card or the Hierophant card is like structures in society. It's like marriage. It's like formal commitments, that kind of stuff. If you're not actually religious and or you're a same-sex couple, you are making a formal commitment. And this is really very closely linked, I feel, with that Empress card. Now, you have the 7 here, which is daydreams and decisions. Now, this is quite an interesting card, and this one is talking about really getting into fantasies and imagination and options and choosing. And, when this card appears, it often means there might be some confusion or uncertainty regarding your love life, but you are sort of asking yourself, what is it that you really desire right now? If you're not in a relationship, you are sort of really thinking about where it is you'd like to go in terms of the type of person you want to meet. You're actually thinking about thinking about what it would be like to be in a relationship and planning for the future. Now, and if you're not, you need to ask yourself, what is it that you really desire? What would you like to change, or what would you like to attract to yourself, or attract to you in terms of a partner? What would you like to change about an existing relationship? And the thing is, you've got many options in front of you when you have this card. And the thing with this is, you've got to open your eyes to see the options. Like, if you look at the figure in the card, the person has their eyes closed. And I feel like perhaps some of you also have your eyes closed, and you actually don't see the options in front of you. You're focused on other things other than your love and your relationships. So, this card kind of does say, do some daydreaming about possible futures and have fun with it. It's through your fantasies and your imagination that you actually transform your desires into reality. So this, I feel, is definitely aimed at those of you that aren't in a relationship. And those of you that are, you can also do the same thing. You can fantasize about where you want the relationship to go, if you want it to get deeper, if you want to get married, if you want to make that commitment, if you want to have kids. You can actually fantasize and think about all of that. And once you've sorted out all your options and played around with all of the possibilities in front of you, then it is time for action. And although it's pleasant to daydream there, you really can't stay in fantasy land forever. And you need to make some decisions, and then you need to move forward. Just reflect on your wishes, decide on which feels right and which course of action to choose. You'll feel powerful for having made the decision, and you'll really be on your way to manifesting change if you do want a relationship in your life. And, your final card for the future there, it couldn't fit in more perfectly. It's change, it's cycle, it's authenticity. And it does talk a little bit about stagnation. Normally this would be the Ace of Swords. And if there has been some stagnation there and you haven't been moving forward, you've been feeling stuck in a relationship or stuck in not having a relationship, that Ace of Sword is usually the sword that comes in and cuts away all of the dead stuff. It cuts away all of the BS. And it brings with it change. And change is a really necessary part of the natural world. And, that's true for relationships as well. As people evolve, relationships have got to evolve as well, or they become stagnant. And this card is a reminder to examine your current relationships and see if they still feed your soul and help you to grow. And you need to ask yourself, if your relationship isn't doing that, are you staying in a relationship because it seems okay and there's no real reason to end it, but you feel like something's missing? That isn't a good place to be. You've got to ask yourself, do your relationships have substance and bring you joy? Are you able to feel authentic and, feel your authentic self in your relationships? When you see this card, it brings you so much clarity, and it suggests that it's a time to walk away in some respects. And this is talking about yourself as a person as well. You need to change, and you need to walk away from that person that you have been, because you need to change, and you need to now either bring that into your relationship and change your relationship, which I feel a lot of you are doing with that overall energy of the Empress, or you need to change yourself. And this is really going to bring in a time that gives yourself space and permission to determine what it is you need and what it is you want. And then you can decide if, it can be found in a relationship with someone, if you need to just be happy with being alone and by yourself for a while, or if the current relationship for you isn't working and you perhaps need to move on. But there is change coming in for many of you here, Scorpios. So I hope that resonated with you and that wasn't all over the shop there. I do feel like there's some wonderful energy of change and release and nurturing and growth. So have a wonderful 30 days, and I hope you tune in to your next month's reading. I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.